Are y'all ready? It's time. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, it's all in the shoulders. It's all in the shoulders. Good evening and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. I'm Mama Sue Roseberry, and I am so delighted to have you all tuning in with us on this evening. We have a fantastic show lined up. We're going to have a good time. For everybody that's just joining, we want you to be sure and drop your name in the comments section. Let us know where you're watching from. You know, I depend on the analytics from these platforms to kind of tell me how I'm doing and where the reach is going. But you can't trust them all the way. So y'all can help keep them legit by putting your area that you're viewing from down in the comments section. We have people on different platforms. If you're a YouTuber, we're showing you love today too. We love everybody. We are so glad to see you. I see Lori and Chucky Shreveport in the house. Woo! It's good to see everybody. And I'm just so excited always on the first and third Monday of every month. Around about this time, the emotions are on 10 because I get to connect with you. And you already know connecting with you is the best part of my day. I look forward to it because it gives me an opportunity to introduce some wonderful people I know to some other wonderful people I know. If you're a first time viewer of Moments with Mama Sue, be sure and let me know that too, because I always try to send something along to the first time viewers, just kind of as a little something, something from me to you, welcoming you to be a frequent watcher of Moments with Mama Sue. We love, love, love having you here. And I want to tell you that for those of you who are watching with us, we have a wonderful perpetual devotional calendar that is available right now via my website at www.sueroseberry.com. It has thoughts from the heart, daily thoughts and inspirations from yours truly to you. Let me see what it said for today. I'm just going to tell y'all. It said distractions are real, but I can be more successful when I stay on task. Remaining focused conserves energy and allows you to finish strong. That's what today's thought was. But there are thoughts for every single day of the year. And it's a perpetual calendar, so no year. So you just get to use it over and over until you get tired of it. And then you can regift it to somebody else and let them use it. I also want to remind you to come on and roll with me. I've got copies of Miss Annie that are available via my website. You can own it today. And when you download Miss Annie from my website, you will also get audio files that have me singing the musical story, and there's a version for your children to sing along to. So it doesn't get better than that. And now I even have a download of a coloring book for your little ones. So please go there, get Miss Annie from way down south, and let that be a wonderful something for the little people in your lives. And on tomorrow, I'll be at the Southeast Senior Center here in Midland, Texas, where all the vivacious elderly are gathering every first and third Tuesday for a senior sing along. Y'all, we have the best time. Oh, it's real good like that. So if you are free on tomorrow or you have an opportunity, just tap into my Facebook page. I always go live from there about 10:30-ish, and you can sing along with us. We're singing hymns and inspirational music that we haven't done in some of our churches for a long time, and we always have a positive vibe going on. So we'd love to have you join us. And for everybody that's tuning in, y'all follow me out here in these social media streets. Don't leave me out here in these cyber streets by myself. I am on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Clubhouse. Oh, I need to put a beat to that. Yeah, because I'm out here in these social media streets, but I love having you follow along with me because everything that I am creating has a kingdom objective, and I'm doing it to try to be a blessing to somebody. So this is the way that you follow me, and I love, love, love hearing from you. If you hit me or engage with me on any of those platforms, I'm going to hit you back for sure, for sure. We want to remind you that on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be moderating in the Clubhouse room. Let me hear your song. That's an indie artist gospel showcase. So if you've got new music, you're an artist and you want it to be played in that room, please send it to me or let me know, and I'll tell you how you can get connected to have your song played in that room and reviewed. And hopefully somebody will hear it and others will feel like they can share it, download, streams, all that good stuff. That's what we want to do. So now then, now that I have finished with all of the church announcements, then I can tell you that we're getting ready to have a phenomenal guest to join me on screen tonight because he has been, I want to say, the most creative and innovative person that I have met over the last couple of years. You know how you meet people that do different stuff, but I didn't know anybody who does the stuff that my guest for tonight is doing. He is Patrick Foreman. He's an American contemporary gospel artist, and he's a writer. He was born in Hamburg, Arkansas, but he lives in Virginia. I met him as part of the Independent Gospel Artists Alliance, the IGAA, and we formed a network that's called the IGAA Hope Network. So I get to interact with him, and I have been mind blown by all of the things that he does. So I need y'all to give a great big Mama Sue's family welcome to the innovative, creative, wonderful Patrick D. Foreman. Hey, Patrick.
How you doing, Mama Sue?
Ooh, I'm so happy.
Oh, you're happy. I am ecstatic just to be sitting here talking to Mama Sue. Yeah, I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan.
Oh, well, you can't be a bigger fan of me than I am of yours because I can't believe when I found out some of the things that you do, it just absolutely blew my mind because you don't hear about Black creators in some of these spaces. So, we're going to unpack some of that. I want you all to be sure and like and share. Let everybody know that we're on the air with Patrick Foreman on tonight. Patrick, tell us a little bit about who you say that you are. We know who men say that you are, but who do you say? Who do you say that you are?
I say that I am. Anytime anybody asks me, uh, you know, what are you doing? I always give them the same answer. I say I'm just having fun, and that's what I feel that a lot of people, in life they need to get to that point. I did 25 years in the Marine Corps, uh, served my country, here and abroad, and after 25 years, you know, you retire and you just want to do things that you want to do. You want to have fun. And that's how I'm living life. So everything that I want to do, I put it to plan and I just go out and do it. Try and do it. Have fun doing it. And God has just introduced me to so many people like you. I mean, if I had never did that, just step out on faith, then I would never be sitting here talking to you, Mama Sue.
Ah, well, we're going to talk about that faith walk because what things were you interested in as a boy, as a youngster that caused you to pursue a career in the military?
Well, my aunt and uncle are retired Navy, and here's the funny piece: nobody was a Marine. I'm a retired Marine, Master Sergeant of Marines, um, and nobody in my family was a Marine. We had, my aunt and uncle, retired chiefs. My uncle was a Master Chief, and my aunt was a chief. He did 31 years. She did 24, and here I am going into the Marine Corps. uh, when people ask me how come I didn't go into the Navy, it's a very simple answer. I couldn't swim. So there was no way you were going to get me on a boat surrounded by water, and just so happened the boat I'm on is the one that decides to go underwater. Nah, that ain't me. So 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 I chose the Marine Corps. And the funny piece is this: I'm an actual uh genuine chief in the Navy too, because I went through their chief induction, which is now called CPO 365, Chief Petty Officer 365. So I went through when I became a gunny in honor of my aunt and uncle. And so either way, I still, walk both lines. I'm in the Navy chief, and Master Sergeant of Marines.
Oh, well, listen, everybody out in the chat, they are going berserk because they're putting it in there. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your great service. We appreciate that. You're one of the few, the
Yeah.
proud,
Exactly. And
the
you know what? To
Marines.
to um to put an exclamation mark on the question that you asked, things that I was interested in. To be honest, I wasn't interested in the military. Growing up, I knew, of my aunt and uncle being in the Navy, but there was no real push for me. And here's something that I really want all the young people who are, listening in right now to hone in on. I had one thing that I kept on my mind. I said, I need to go somewhere because I wasn't a college person. I don't have a college degree. I've been to college, but it's just not me. I'm not a college person, and college isn't for everybody. So I said, where can I go where I can learn a trade and they pay me to learn that trade and do it, where I can also take that trade and use it in civilian land. And that's what sort of really pushed me into the military. I said, okay, they're going to pay me to learn and pay me to do the job. Okay, I'm okay with that. And I love what I was doing. I went in as an aviation supply specialist because I wanted to work in the airports when I got out. But I switched my field. I went in 1993, and in 1999, well 19 not 19 2002. 2002, I switched my field to career planner. And basically, that's human resource. If anybody is trying to translate, what that is on the civilian side, that's human resource. And I did that until I retired and loved it. I mean, I'm a helper. I love helping people. So planning Marines' careers and helping them transition out of the Marine Corps, that was my job. And I truly, truly loved it. And hey, 25 years later.
Well, the things that you learned in the Marines, you have found a way to incorporate so much of that right now in what you're doing because you transitioned from being in HR in the military to doing something similar in civilian life. Tell the people a little bit about what you're involved in doing nowadays.
Hey, you're absolutely right. um, I have a magazine. I'm a partner in a magazine called Returning Citizen Magazine, which is a magazine that helps justice involved individuals who are incarcerated, prepare for a successful transition back into society. So here it is. I was helping Marines plan their careers and helping them transition back into civilian land, from the military into civilian workforce. And now I'm doing that with individuals who are incarcerated. I'm helping them, link up with programs that they can take while they're in there to get trades or to get those necessary items that they need, such as their ID cards, their food, employment, clothes, all of those necessities that they need before they actually are released. And that's the key point. The key point is this: just like in the military, we learn that we go through this course, transitional readiness seminar, which is a fire hose of information. But the problem is this: if I take that course 6 months before I am to be released, that's not enough time for me to actually implement all of the information that I have just gained. So we try to get people to take that course, 12 to 24 months out, or even take it twice, so that you have enough time to really get that information and implement it. The same is with incarcerated individuals. If we can get the information to them further back, move that timetable back so that they're working on it in year 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, countdown, then they are prepared to successfully transition back into society, which is a win-win situation for not only them, but also society. Because if you think of it, it's just natural behavior. Everybody's trying to survive. So
Hmm.
therefore, if I'm not prepared when I come out, then what am I going to do? Most of the time, what I'm going to do is go back to what I know, because that's how I was surviving. And that's how recidivism continues
Hmm.
to happen. And next thing you know, I'm right back in. So that's
What
what
kind of success rate have you all been seeing because of your program?
oh, we're seeing a huge success rate. One thing that really helped us out was COVID. and here's why I say that, because it was so it was so awesome that God told us to go digital first. We started paper, and then we did that for about 9 months, and we just made the shift and went digital, and we started putting our magazine on the tablets because we wanted to reach more people, and you can reach more people by putting it actually on the tablets that are in the establishments. So when COVID happened and the facilities started closing the doors, not letting people in. Well, guess what? You still need to get the information to the incarcerated individuals that are in there. Their life doesn't stop.
Mhm.
So next thing you know, the facilities are looking for this information and they're saying, how can we get this to our people? And then all of a sudden they were like, there's a magazine that gives that information. What? And next thing you know, all of a sudden our numbers just shot up. And glory be, to God on high. Now we are actually dealing with the top tablet companies, and we're nationwide. So it's a beautiful thing because now we really get to affect the masses. And then in March, we started our own Roku channel, Second Chance TV. So now what we did is we're like, okay, we're dealing with people in California, Indiana, Virginia, all over. But if you're an incarcerated individual and you get out, well, you have to search the web for all of these different resources for you. And we're like, we're
Mhm.
dealing with them. So why not put them all in one spot? Why not make a platform where they can actually put their stuff, and the incarcerated individuals who are looking for the information, well, guess what? It's all right there for them. They don't have to search the web and go from website to website to website. They can go straight to that channel and they get classes, they get the resources, information, and it's entertainment. It's all right there for them. Second Chance TV, and that's
Wow.
two is the number two in D, Chance TV.
Ooh, somebody pin that in the chat. 2ND Chance TV. That is amazing. Ooh, y'all, let me tell you for what. Patrick is lighting us up with information and innovation. And I want you to stay tuned because when we come back, we're going to talk about something else that he got going on. Hold on with us. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Miss Annie from way down south. She's loud, she's fun, but you'd better watch out. Put on your seatbelt and take the rollicking ride with the unpredictable Miss Annie as she whips and turns and drives straight into your heart. Own it today at www.sueroseberry.com. Absolutely. And listen, if you're just tuning in, we are talking with the incomparable Patrick D. Foreman. There are some other Patrick Foremans out there in social media world, but make sure you put that D in there because he is doing awesome and amazing things. And he's telling us all about how he has been working with a magazine for returning citizens. Woo! Look, see, great minds think alike. I was trying to put mine up on the screen so people can see it. And Patrick, this is the best part of it all. Tell the people that you also have something for youth
Yes, yes.
associated with this.
I'm glad you brought that up because we do. We have also a quarterly magazine called Positude, which is for the juvenile facilities. Because, like I said, me and Todd, and that's who was on the cover with me. That's the CEO Todd, and I'm the COO, and we were dealing with the facilities, the prisons, and we're like, if we're trying to stop recidivism, we not only need to touch the jails and the prisons, but let's go deeper. and let's try to get the juveniles, and let's try to stop it right there and get information to them. If we can get them on a different path and give them hope, let them know that, hey, this is just one blemish that can go away. Let's get you on a more positive path. Uh, and so we started Positude. And here's something else. In Florida, there's a uh, former NFL player named Frank Mary, who reached out to us, and he truly loved Positude. He loved it so much that he made it a part of his package, and he goes through all of the juvenile facilities in Florida. So we are, in his done program, going through with that. So it's just an amazing, process, and amazing people that we've been fortunate to meet, just on this journey with the magazine.
Wow. And people are giving you shout outs. I see your mom is on here. She said, hello, my son. Your aunt is on here. Valco Peters said, so proud of you, nephew. Listen, when I saw the magazine Positude, it brought tears to my eyes because so much of the time we are quick to condemn, but we
Mm,
don't have solutions.
right.
This is a solution. This is part of a solution. Part of a solution. When they have that phrase that says it takes a village to raise a child, that's all in there. That's part of that village that it takes to be able to share different opinions, objectives, and ideas from a lot of different sources, hoping that something will stick, something will click and make a difference.
It's so true. It really is. And that's a phrase that I wholeheartedly believe in. Coming from a small town, Hamburg, Arkansas, where everybody knows everybody, and you walk down the street, don't get in trouble because it'll make it home before you. So so I truly, truly believe in that. And I think we need to get back to that. We need to get back to where uh people understand that we're here to help you, that everybody's not out to get you, but there are people out to help you. And a lot of times also help you with your children, because we understand that a lot of people nowadays are working one, two, three jobs, just trying to make it, just trying to live. And sometimes you just need that village to step in and help you. A lot of people nowadays don't even know their neighbors. It,
Mm.
it, I'll say a funny story. My wife, make sure she ain't around. You know, so when me and my wife got together, she had been living here 2 years, and we moved together, and I know all the neighbors. I'm out talking, and they're like, we've never seen your wife before, and all of a sudden she came out one day and they was like, she do exist, because she would just drive in the garage, go in her house, and when she come out the garage. So nobody had ever seen her or spoke to her. And it's just so funny, because that's how it is sometimes nowadays. We get in that mode where we're just, so focused on work that a lot of times the our most prized possessions are the ones who get left out, and sometimes they feel as if they have to fend for themselves, and it's a village. Let's get to know one another and help one another, and then we all can actually grow together.
Ah, that's some good stuff. Patrick has been talking a lot about his 9 to 5. But let me tell you, the reason why I was so blown away by this gentleman is because he does so many things and he does them so well. He's also a writer. You know, he's attached to the magazines. And he has taken that another further because not only does he write for the magazines, but he's got another creative alter ego. And he and his co creator, I believe his name is Brian, is it
Right.
Brian Hawkins?
Yes. Yes.
Brian Hawkins, they have created something that I want you all to know about. Now, this is where the real mind blown came in. Y'all ready, ready, ready? Here we go. Ready, get set, go. Tell us what it's called, Patrick.
It's called Black Cotton. So this is my comic book. Well, this is actually the trade paperback. It's actually, it came out in singles starting last February 17th, yeah, of last year. We Me and Brian Hawkins, we met January of 2020. It's so crazy. I even go a step further. So me and a buddy of mine named Luke Wright, who's running for senator now in Virginia. But he's a retired Marine officer, phenomenal individual, and a motivational speaker. So me and him, we were speaking inside a prison in Baltimore. So when we came out, we were just amped up. It had went so well. I mean, it was a phenomenal day. And I just started talking to Luke. I was like, Luke, I got a concept that I would love to do as a comic book because I collect comic books and I have for since I was a youngin'. So he was like, hey, I got a friend who has been in the comic book world for, over 12 years. I'll link you guys up. So that was December 2019. So January 2020, we go to lunch and Brian shows up. So me and him start talking at the table and I started telling him about my whole concept and everything. And I told him, I said, look, even in the story, I said, the cotton is black. And he was like, right there, that's the name, Black Cotton. That's it, Black Cotton. So from that day, we went from lunch to my house and we started building Black Cotton. 10 months later, we got signed to Scout Comics to a 5-year deal. And then 2021, February, the first issue, February 17th, the first issue came out. And here we are, you know, we got have our first story arc all done. We won our first award in January, hoping for many, many more awards. We got the trade paperback that came out in March of this year, and we're working on volume 2, and we're just truly blessed, about it. We have to be at Awesome Con June 4th in DC. So if anybody's in DC, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're coming to Awesome Con, this is a special thing just for Mama Sue. If you're coming to Awesome Con and you come by the table and you say Mama Sue sent me, I'll give you $50 off any of our slabs. And this is a slab. It's a signed protected case. You know, this right here is worth over $200. So I give you $50 off any of the signed slabs that we have. You say Mama Sue sent me.
Ooh, yeah. And I was just looking out there on Scout Comics and just kind of browsing Amazon and different stuff. That stuff is expensive. You hear me? It's high. It costs a lot of money for these comic books and things. But I want y'all to know that because you are watching Mama Sue's Family and you never know what's going to happen up on here, I'm going to be giving away 2 copies of the trade magazine two of them tonight, along with music by this wonderfully creative gentleman that is on this platform tonight. So I want y'all to be sure to stay with us. Keep watching. And if you're watching tonight, make sure your name is in the chat because that's the only way I can add you to the drawing that's going to go on at the end of the show so we can have you on there. And now just stay with us and we'll be right back. Through Dimple's eyes, custom photography, creating memories one click at a time for all your special occasions. Phone 432-203-6248 or email at tdezsmile19 at gmail.com. And be sure and let them know Mama Sue sent you. Yeah, be sure and tell him. You heard Patrick say if you make it to the conference where he's going to be, the what did he call it? A Comic Con? What was it?
Awesome kind.
Yeah, Awesome Con. Awesome Con. If you make it, and y'all, it be thousands of people.
Oh yeah,
Thousands.
yeah.
Thousands of people. It's a whole other world. I want to say one other thing about the Black Cotton book, and then I'm going to move to the last phase of what I want to talk about with Patrick. But the whole thing is set in an alternate reality where the social order of white and black is reversed. It's an elitist family, the Cotton family. I done read the whole thing. The Cotton family. They're rocked by a tragic shooting that begins to unravel long-standing family secrets that could not only destroy the Cotton family and everything that they have built or everything they've tried to make sure that they enjoyed. It could also divide the fragile social climate of the whole world. The drawings are there. It's just, I mean, and when I read that over the weekend and then woke up to see the news,
Hmm.
I woke up to see the news, and I want to say right at this moment that we send our prayers and our condolences to
Yeah,
Buffalo, New York, where another heinous crime has been committed that was racially sparked, racially motivated, violence, needless violence, lives that were tragically taken far too soon. So we send them our prayers. But when I was reading this book, it made me think about that very thing because all of the social unrest that goes on, you all tackle a lot of those issues in your writing in Black Cotton.
yeah. And here's the beauty about um, Black Kind. Like I said, we won our first award back in January, but I love the reviews that we have received simply because it really cuts to the core of what me and Brian was trying to do. There was two main things that we were making sure that we were trying to get across in the story and in this work of art that we put out to the world. And one is that we want to create a safe environment for individuals to walk in other people's shoes. And the beauty about it is just like with you, Mama Sue, when you read the comic book, it was just you and the comic book, meaning nobody else giving any input, you know, every reaction that you got, you were able to have that self dialogue with yourself first before you ever
Mhm.
had any discussion with anybody else. And what that does is it sets the stage. The key point is that we need more empathy in this world. We need more people to actually give empathy. And the only way they can give empathy, and I won't say the only way, but one way for individuals to develop empathy is if you one create the environment where they can challenge themselves first. have that dialogue by walking in somebody else's shoes. So by giving not only uh, white people an opportunity to walk in our shoes, but black people an opportunity to walk in their shoes. Well, now you develop an understanding of, okay, now I sort of understand why individuals speak the way they speak, or react the way they react, or think the way they think. So now when you have that discussion or that conversation, you actually speak differently. And the
Mm,
problem is that a lot of people, they don't set the environment for that. So when you come off and have a discussion, it is more defensive than true conversation. And I've had to do that even when I've talking to somebody on social media. I make it a point to let them know I'm not trying to change your mind, or I'm not trying to win you over. We're just having a discussion. You have a right to your opinion, just like I have a right to my opinion. Let's just have a discussion. And if we both grow, that's how we grow, through discussions and hearing both sides. So people love the comic book simply because we're not trying to preach anything. We just present it, and we let you have that self dialogue. And that's why we did it in black and white too, because you know how black people are. I'm just gonna put it
mhm.
out there. You know how black people are. You put a shade in there, all of a sudden they like, well, how come he too dark? Oh, how come she too light? Next thing you know, they haven't read nothing. You know, so so we made it in black and white so that people focus on the expressions and the words. And that is the key point. When people read and they see the expressions, they don't know who's black or white until they get to page 6 and 7 in the comic book. And that's when they
Right, right. It's amazing. It is so creative. It is so genius. Lori put that in the comments. Genius concept. It is so genius, y'all. It is eye opening. And I think that sometimes people think comics are just for children. That it's an adult comic because it's, okay. It's an adult comic. But children will certainly understand it. I can tell you that much because it is something that is eye opening. So I just wholeheartedly uh, support and endorse the different ways, creative ways that God has of
yes.
ministering to people. Talk about that just a little bit, because that's a new creative way of telling somebody a biblical understanding without beating them over the head.
It really is. It really is. It is the thing that I learned a lot in the military, and my dad used to say this all the time. He said, "There's more than one way to skin a cat." And,
Hmm.
and that is, I feel exactly what you're talking about. You know, there's more than one way to reach a person. We see several examples in the Bible of Jesus going to different places, talking to different people, and he didn't come the same way every time. You know, he came the way that he needed to reach them. And that is something that I feel a lot of people don't really take notice of. It's almost like being a teacher, you know, and some teachers miss this vital point, is that every child is not the same. So therefore, you can't teach one way and think that that way is going to reach every child that's in there. You have to figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do to reach this child? What is it that this child needs? And you cater it that way so that all the children can, can rise and learn at the same time. And that's what I do with everything. With the magazine, there are several different ways that we come at them, especially with the Positude. The Positude doesn't look like the adult one because you have to come a different way. With the comic book, we didn't come out in color because of who we needed to reach and how we needed to reach them. Um, with the music, the same thing. Jaleel Brown, phenomenal project manager, drummer, used to be Genuine drummer. He's just, I mean, John P. King's media guy. He is just phenomenal. But he asked me when I was putting the album together, the second album that released Psalms 117 in March. He asked me. He was like, "So the music, uh, what style are you going for?" And I stick to this. Yes, there's a flow when you put a CD together, you know, but I also understand that there are different audiences out there for me. And so I make sure that I have something for everybody. That's how I try to, think about it. I have something for the older generation that, like the old style. When I think back, I have something for the young generation. I make sure the music, the band's having fun. You feel they having fun. I have something for the praise and worshipers. So you want to make sure that you're not just feeding yourself, but you are casting a wide net out there, and that's what I feel. As long as I'm blessing people, then I'm having fun.
Ooh, you better go on and preach, Patrick Foreman. He made a wonderful segue into the music, because he's also a contemporary Christian artist, and he has wonderful music. So, since he already went there and brought it up, then I think that I should show you a little bit of what he's got going on as we move toward the end of today's broadcast before we get to our drawing. And y'all don't forget to put your names out there, because I'm going to be doing the drawing before we close today. So, let me see if I can share this. And yeah, here we go.
When I think back over my life and all you brought me through, I can't help sit and wonder why you do all that you do. For there's nothing I did to deserve it, nothing I could do to earn it. Oh, but I thank you for being my friend. Said I thank you, Lord. Oh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Preether.
Ooh, when I look back over my life and all you brought me through, the ups, the downs, the hills, the mountains I had to cross too. God, you've been there through the thick and the thin. Stay right there with me till the end. Lord, I thank you for being, Lord, I thank you for being a true friend.
When I look back over my life and all you brought me through, I can't help but sing of your glory.
I can't help
and
it,
give you
Lord.
praise that you I do.
You're so
Lord,
worthy.
I don't know what I would do if you ever left my side. Lord, I thank you, yes I do. Oh, you've been there for me. Lord, I thank you.
True friend.
Come on, help me say,
Come
when
on.
I think back over.
Over my
Come on, think about what he's done for you. He's been a great God. Has he ever done anything for you?
I can't help but sing of your
We lift our hands and give him glory.
I don't know what I would do if you ever left my side. Thank you, Lord. Being my friend.
He's been a true
When I
friend.
just walked away, Lord,
We say thank you, Lord.
there's the thick and thin.
Oh.
I couldn't have made it without you. Hey,
My all in all, you catch me when I fall.
Thank you, Lord. Hey, for being a true friend.
Now come on and tell God thank you. Thank you, Lord.
You've been my friend.
Yes, yes.
And I'm mighty
Ooh,
glad.
thank you for being my friend. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for being a true friend. Ooh, I was back here. I had to take me out the screen because I might get to hollering or knocking something over. Mm. But we have all the comments. They were saying, yes, Lord. And it was ministering to those that are watching. We appreciate you being here and being able to hear that. Patrick, you are such a gifted writer. Now, y'all are saying, Patrick wasn't on there singing. Well, somebody got to write the music. What was going on in your head when you created that piece?
Here's why I say that song is very special to me because my grandmother, Mama No, she passed away. It would be, let me see, 2021. Was it? Yeah, 2021. She passed away. And let me see, 2021? I think it was 2021 or 2020. But the key thing is this. I wrote that song and it reminded me of home. It reminded me of, Hamburg, my family, because we're a very small family, but we're a very close family, my mom, my aunt, TT, they grew up singing, with Mama No, and my aunt, Gus, she called me and she said, when you gonna come see your grandmother? And I took that as a sign from God that she wouldn't call me and ask me that question if it wasn't important. So me and my wife, we went down in January and I wrote that song and I had never performed it anywhere. And I sung it for the first time at a church down there in Louisiana, Bastrop, Louisiana, in front of my grandmother. And she came up and then we sung together. And a month later, she passed away. And it just something about, and I'll tell people this, I'll drop this seed out there. There's something about when God sends a messenger to you, you need to take heed and listen, and then go into action. So I'm so happy that I did and that I got to perform the song before she, passed away. So that song, it reminded me of home, and I was able to take it home and actually, perform it at home the first time. And then me and my mom sung for the first time at my grandmother's funeral. We sung together. It just is really started a whole wave of blessings in my life. But yeah, I here's what I was like. I write, you know, um, I sing on some of the songs, but God told me a long time ago, everything I give you is not meant for you. Meaning, just because he give me the words and the music doesn't mean that he's telling me to perform it. He says, I will make the provisions and lead the people to you, which is where Tawan Gray, phenomenal individual. He was the one who was singing lead with Michelle Prather. Michelle Prather sung with Donnie McKirkland. You got Bobby Jones singers, Tawan Gray, you got Angelica Baylor, who was Genuine's background vocalist, and she just released her album this month. It is, Richard Davis. It is amazing all the people that God has just poured into my life to bless many people through my music. Minister Armstead, Michael Armstead, the list is just crazy. So I'm just having fun.
He said he just having fun, but he's doing a good job, y'all. And when anybody is doing something that has a kingdom objective, we want to support it. So we want you all to follow Patrick Foreman. You can follow him out here in social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. There's his website for Black Cotton Comic, no S, blackcottoncomic.com, and then also returningsitizensmag.com. For those of you, we all have people in our family, everybody didn't get it right the first time, but we want to offer them that second chance. I think somebody pinned it in the comments section, Second Chance TV, and you'll see there some of the project covers for his music, Patrick Foreman and Family, and his newest one, Psalms 117. The EP is out. He's got singles. If you're on any of the streaming platforms, you can look him up. Patrick Foreman, add him to your playlist. And then, of course, there's the Black Cotton, and you can get that wherever digital platform you want to use, Amazon, whatever. Go there and download it. You can order it today, and be sure to support this wonderfully creative man of God. And he has sent me some wonderful product and merchandise that I am going to give away now in our drawing. So if you have already dropped your name in the chat, too late if you ain't put it in there just now. But if you already dropped your name in the chat, I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you all our wheel of names. And I have put in there all of the names of the persons who have tuned in. So let's go there now and let's see if we can give away. We're going to draw for some CDs. Some CDs. Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Okay. This is going to Valco Peters. You're going to get a couple of Patrick's CDs, the Psalms 117, also Patrick Foreman and Family. And I'm going to throw in the DVD of Mama Sue, Don't Stop. Okay, let's get our next person. Let's go around on there. Okay. Woo! Woo! That's going to Lori Williams. Lori, you are going to get the Black Cotton, what you
Trade
call it, the
paperback.
trade magazine. Yeah, and a copy of the EP, Psalms 117. And then we're going to do one more. Come on, come on, come on. Woo! It's going to Fred Byers. Fred Byers, you're going to get a copy of that trade magazine and also the EP Psalms 117 that's been packaged. And let me tell you, I am just so excited. I'm so blessed to have had you on today. Patrick, before we close out, I want you to give a parting word of hope, what you think may inspire other creatives to try to do what they're doing.
I just want to say, I appreciate being, just giving me this moment to share the light with you, Mama Sue. And for all of those out there, this is the word that I want to leave with you. When God gives you something, it's not your job to figure out how to do it. It's your job just to go. Too many times we try to figure out the path first instead of making the first step first. Anything God gives you, guess what? He has already made the provisions for you to succeed in it. But you have to make that first step. You have to step in faith. And here's something that I will also tack on just to give you some reassurance. I posted online today that if you know the rules of the game, then you don't flinch when bad times come. And what I mean is this: if you understand that trouble is a part of life, setbacks are a part of life, obstacles being in your way is a part of life, then you don't flinch when they come because you've already come to grips knowing that this is just a part of life and it is a part of my journey to my destiny. All I have to do is keep going, and I will see the revelation and I will see my rewards when I get there. Just keep going. He gave it to you for a reason. He gave it to you, and He's already made the provision for you to succeed. You just have to keep going. So do not hinder yourself anymore. I challenge you today to make that first step and go forward. Whatever it is that God has put into your heart, whatever it is that God has told you to do, make that first step and just go, and you will succeed.
So that was good. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing with us, Patrick. And I want to thank all of you all who tuned in today because this was phenomenal. We target these to last about 30 minutes, but it was so good today. I just couldn't cut it off. The boy done too much stuff. So I had to give y'all a little bit of all of that, but I thank you for hanging with us. And I want to invite you to come back and watch frequently and then support what it is that I'm trying to do. Those of you who are watching, if you feel so inclined, you can certainly contribute to the ministry that I am trying to put forth in the world and contribute via Cash App at $Sue Roseberry. Or if you don't do Cash App, you say, I don't do no Cash App, I do Venmo. Okay, well, I got you. There's Venmo for you at Sue Roseberry 1. And if neither of those give you a warm, fuzzy feeling and you still, like me, love old school stuff and you write a check, you can do that too. And you can mail it to P.O. Box 51422, Midland, Texas 79710. And by all means, please continue to like and share. Let everybody know that we are here with the most positive and upbeat programs that I can bring your way, all because I love you all so much. And so I'll be looking forward to seeing you on the next Moments with Mama Sue, and my special guest is going to be Shalonda Owens of Inspired Creations. And we want you to tune in and meet that wonderfully creative artist. And have a good evening, y'all. I love you. Woo. Now that's what I call a great show. Woo. We out of here. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, now we can do it a little better than that. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, well, all right, come on with it. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Oh. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Oh, wait. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Never know what to expect. Hey. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Moments with Mama Sue. Can't you? Moments with Mama Sue. Moments. Well, now we might be done a little bit too much. Sing it.